So you might want a different option. So instead of updating pop-up, you might want a, let's see, the best way of doing it, because you might have, rather than clicking on a building and hiding it, you'd have like a panel, wouldn't you, with different options. So let's create a empty object. You could have a building option manager. We'll drop on that. And that would have a, let's see, a list of clickable buildings, building options. So if we drag that onto, there we go. So we've got building options. So you could say that got 3 options. That one, and one. Buildings on, yeah. What to do is, so we want building options and then the current selection, which should equal 0. So then at the start, we want to say that for for each of our building options, we want to say, let's see, building. Easy way of doing this in C#, but I can't remember. Building option I. So that's our currently. So what we're going to do is basically iterate through each building and hide them all except the current selection at the start. So we want to say if I equals current selection. Get the build option, get the game object component. Did I use that elsewhere? This works. Yeah, so type of there you go. So we're going to get the render of that object. We're going to say render a so what we're going to say is that if I is equal to the current selection, we want to enable the render, so true. Else we want to .enable. Let's see if that works. So it's because the it doesn't look like we need the render necessarily for this. Let's try this first. So instead, what we're going to do is say that there's a helper function on the game object called setActive. We just could say setActive true or setActive false. There we go. So it's just showing one there. In theory, if we go on here, actually, but we'll just cheat a little bit and copy all that into update as well.
Is that cheating or is that what needs to happen?
It's probably what needs to happen. I mean, you could probably pull this out as a separate function, or I don't know if there's a quicker way of doing that, but might be the easiest way. So what that'll do is we've got this current selection here.
So 0, 1, 2. Is there a way of changing it in the game then? You just basically add, I don't know, some kind of button?
Yeah, so we could create a, let's just create like a, there is a UI engine in Unity, which is probably tidier, but it takes a bit of setting up really. We can just create a box for now.
So you're basically going to say that on-click mouse on that thing, and if it hits that, then it will cycle through a different list.
Yeah, so what you do is you'd say on your, let's see, on your building option manager, you'd copy this stuff about clicking. Let's do that before we set the thing. So we're going to get the input mask, but again, cast a, we need to copy some of these things in as well, so we need that. We're going to cast our array out, see if we've hit a game object called button. And if we have, we're going to do, we're going to say that current selection equals one more. Actually, if it's less than the, again, sorry, building options.
You can just put length of building options, right? Yeah.
We need to do -1 because the index starts at 0. That's pretty much that. So if it's less than the length of all of those, just add 1. Otherwise, we need to set it back to 0. So, and I think that will work. Let's try it out. So that's called button. Fingers crossed. Oh, I created that in the, sorry.
Oh, you need to name it button.
Yeah, and I think I created it in game mode, so it disappeared.
Yeah, because you referenced it as button in the script.
Yep. So the building manager also needs to know what our camera is, so we can just drag that onto there. And fingers crossed. There we go.
Nice.